Go Friday night Knicks. It's happy hour. Jay Ellis, Ashley, but no music to be played. We were concerned about the letdown game, man. A lot of people were concerned about the letdown game with this one, and that's what we got. Knicks lose to the OKC Thunder, 101-89. Started off Battle of the Bricks. No one could really get it going. And once the Thunder started cooking, the Knicks just could not string together buckets. And in the fourth quarter, they couldn't get a stop. It was Matador D Central, man.
Yeah, man.
101-89. Thunder win. JL's, what happened tonight, bro?
It was disappointing, CP. Tonight, it just felt like the Thunder wanted it more than the Knicks. The rotations weren't there. You know, Mitch would rotate, but no one would rotate for Mitch. And it just seemed like, no matter what we did, it just seemed like their whole body language seemed like they didn't care. They felt like they was supposed to win. I just felt like that's what the whole mood was for tonight. And it all started off with Julius Randle getting into foul trouble early.
Yeah.
It was really easy for us to score. We're actually up in the first quarter, but I feel like it was fool's gold because once we got up so easily in the first quarter with Julius Randle, I just felt like everybody just mailed it in. Oh, we're gonna win this. It's easy. We beat this.
you see the value of Julius, man. Once he goes out with foul trouble, we had nothing, man.
Exactly. And they caught up in that second quarter with Julius Randle in foul trouble and on the bench. And that's all she wrote. When Julius Randle came back in the third quarter, it seemed like there was some hope there. But by then, they already caught their confidence. They got their belief, and they eventually put us away.
That's a fact. Ashley, give me some thoughts on this game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a disappointing loss because these are the games you're supposed to win. OKC is in a rebuilding year per se, so they're not really interested, although you wouldn't tell by the way that they go out there and play every game. They're not really interested in making a run. They know that this is not something that's going to be a possibility for the team right now. So you're supposed to strike on these teams. You're supposed to get easy dubs, and the Knicks just did not do that tonight. They didn't take advantage of the moments that they could take advantage of, especially in that first half. Especially when OKC came out to that slow start. They just did not take advantage while they could, and they gave OKC way too much time to kind of get their momentum going. And, basketball is a four-quarter game, and it's not about how you start, but it's how you finish. And OKC finished the job, and the Knicks allowed them to get them there.
They absolutely did finish the job, man. SGA, give credit. He's a beast. He's an absolute monster. Shea Gill just really wore us down, in that second half. Diallo went off, the Queens native. Diallo was going off in the paint. And a couple things. I thought, I didn't think Julius had much legs. I thought he was a bit fatigued, but he gave us what he could. Even though he got into foul trouble, I thought he was still facilitating well in the beginning. Didn't get his first buckets until the beginning of the first half. So, Julius really didn't have much, but he was still getting the guys involved and facilitating in the first half. But I thought in the second half, between the refs and the teams and the teammates really not helping him, I thought he kind of checked out of the game mentally as well and started going a little bit too much ISO. I thought it was too much Peyton in that second half. Not enough Quickly. Quickly did struggle, I agree, but it was too much Peyton to play that whole third quarter. I thought Tibbs went a little bit too long with the starters. And this is a starting lineup, as I said, that's going to struggle to score with RJ, with Peyton in that lineup, and with Bullock not being as dynamic of a playmaker as you need, which is why you need Alec Burks. They missed Alec Burks tonight. And so I thought they just went too long with those guys, and they just never got into a rhythm. There was no ball movement. There was no off-ball movement, which was what allowed them to be successful in their wins. And so they just couldn't get it together. The thing that I struggled with was at 2 minutes and 35 seconds left in the third, they were up by 3. Mitch had it going defensively all night. Horford gave him a little bit of a struggle, right? Guys that are prolific on the perimeter are going to, have an advantage over Mitch. But I thought protecting the paint, he was as good as he's been all his whole career so far. And so for them to take him out at that point and him not to see the rest of the game, I didn't understand that. Because once they took him out, they feasted on Noel. Once they went to Randall at the small ball 5, it was Matador D. It was over with.
Yeah, you're right about that, CP. And I heard the coach kind of say that Mitch was a little bit sick, and he felt like going small worked for them in the past, so maybe that's the reason why they did it. I'm not sure how severe his sickness is, but you're absolutely right. Mitch was having a great game. He's been having a great season so far. I would like to see him come back in the game at the end of the quarter. at least the end of the fourth.
Yeah, because like I said, we needed it. And I understand, Julius at the small ball five in certain spurts has helped this team. And obviously Tibbs was looking for some sort of spark to have him out there with more of the guards. But defensively, they just gave up too much. And between SGA, between Diallo, these guys were just slashing through the paint and just had their way with them. Maladon was doing his thing here and there. So this is a hungry Thunder team, man. They're 3-4 on the campaign, 4-4 now, but they just came off of a win over the Pelicans. So they shouldn't have taken them lightly, and this was definitely your prototypical trap game, bro.
Yeah, definitely a prototypical trap. And I felt like when Julius Randle got off the floor, I expected more, man. Quivers was back on the floor, right? We saw Austin Rivers over there. We had Quickly back. Even though Randall was on the bench. All right, here we go. We got multiple shooters on the floor for the first time in a long time, and they just laid an egg.
They laid an egg. They laid an egg,
yeah.
Man. Ash, what you guys think about RJ's game? I'll start with you, Ashley. What you think about RJ tonight?
Listen, I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. I am the biggest supporter. I'm the biggest rider for RJ Barrett, but he's got to stop shooting threes until he develops a consistent three-point game. And there's nothing wrong with completely removing that from your game until it's consistent enough to where you can rely on it.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with developing a mid-range game, incorporating that into your game while you're working on the three, but just chucking up these shots that most of the time do not go in is just a waste of a possession. And especially in a game where you're losing, you can't afford to do that. You just can't. It's just irresponsible. I mean, although the Knicks did not do a good job of kicking the ball out to the next open man, getting that second, third option going.
Yeah, there was no ball movement.
No more ball movement at all. It was absolutely terrible. But RJ's got to do a better job at playing smart basketball and just chucking up three-point shots when you don't have a consistent three-point game is just not smart basketball.
I agree. Well, the thing I was going to say to you, JLs, was that I felt like when I looked at the matchup today, I was like, damn, he's got Dort. Dort's going to be checking him, fellow countryman, one of the best defenders, up-and-coming defenders in the game. I didn't like that matchup for RJ. And the reason being is that, it's either three-pointers, as Ashley said, or it's bully ball, and there's nothing in between. And it's not to pile on him. He still had 19 points, but he was 7 for 21 from the field. And all Dort was doing, he was ducking the screens the whole time, waiting for RJ at his spots. They were just waiting for him to force that ball in the paint, go left, and they shut that down.
Yo, but to be honest with you, the mid range was working for RJ either. He was breaking from everywhere.
I know, but I'm just
straight
saying,
up by the basket. He was bringing the threes, he was bringing the foul line shots.
Yeah,
and then they were waiting for him at the rim. So it's like at some point you just have to take something, just because it's like you have to soften up the defense somewhere. And I don't know, man. He just needs to get in the gym. There was a night where he went in the gym and he was there all night, and the next game he came back like Ghostbusters, and he just shot the lights out. He needs to do that every single night. You're not that comfortable yet to be like, I got this from the line. No, you don't have it yet, RJ. You need to put in that extra time for sure, man.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. And the mid range wasn't working either, but I'm just thinking, can we get him closer to the rim and get him some shots there without his game being so predictable, JLs? It's gonna be too predictable.
Yeah, I agree. It's just that have you seen the paint today though?
Yeah,
I mean every day. Every day, not even every day, the paint is clogged. They're waiting at the rim because no one can shoot. Like the whole team couldn't shoot from three today, man. I think we was at 33% from three. Like why go to
shooting? Shooting today was just absolutely atrocious. I'm not going to put it all on RJ Barrett because that would be unfair. Quickly didn't look good. Peyton, don't even get me started. I mean, shooting was just atrocious. And it was crazy because in the beginning, defense was great in the first half. Shooting was, it was slow, but at least it was somewhat, you can see that maybe, shots were falling, maybe not as consistently as we would like, but it just got worse as the game progressed. It was a small part in time, like I want to say the beginning of the third quarter, where it looked like the Knicks were starting to develop a rhythm and there was starting to be some consistency in what was going on in that court. And they just completely let that get away from them. And it just went downhill and downhill fast. And then it got to the point where you run out of time. The score difference got bigger. The shot clock, time on the clock started lowering, and then the game was over. And that's what happens when you don't attack quickly.
Yeah, and Randall got fouled out. Ironically, around that time, it seems like that's when everything fell apart. Randall caught that fourth foul in the third quarter, and he's like, And now where the points coming from?
Yeah.
Rivers didn't have it.
No,
RJ
they didn't have it. They
No one
didn't
had
have it. And I think, they forced up a ton of bad shots because, again, the ball wasn't moving, and there was no off-ball movement either. And I thought quickly struggled as well. Let's be real. I thought, he struggled against Conley in the Jazz game. And in this one, I saw him forcing up a lot of shots. The floaters weren't there for him. I didn't think his shot selection was particularly good. I'd like to see them get him more off-ball opportunities to shoot the three. And when he has those looks, he's got to take those shots. I didn't think he had confidence in his shots. Neither did RJ, neither did Kev, Austin Rivers. It was overall just a bad game, man. A letdown night for the Knicks, for sure.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like, the best shot he had all night to me is when Julius Randle came in the game and he had time to set his feet.
Yeah.
Like, count the seams on the ball, shoot the three, and that's the only shot that went in for me. And I think that was the best shot of the night for him. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'll get to see Randall and Quickly together for an extended period of time. He might be able to get his 3-point shot off a little bit more today. And then Randall fouled out. So we need a consistent number 2 on this team.
We need Julius to get help, right? When did you think you would ever say that, JLs? Who's helping Julius?
Who's helping Julius?
Who's helping Julius out here, man?
I don't know.
I mean, and also the free throws were lack thereof. I mean, I had a coach back in the day who used to say they call them free throws for a reason because they're free points.
Yeah.
You got to take the free points. It just was in every aspect. When you had to shoot that ball, the Knicks just were not doing it tonight. And it's upsetting because you see what they're capable of, especially with the games that we have won. You see what this team is capable of, and they came out lethargic from the beginning of the first quarter.
Yeah.
And it just, you had moments where it looked like they were about to snap out of it. They went back into it. This loss, I don't want to say it was needed, but maybe it's going to go ahead and humble them a little bit. Maybe they were, reading their own press, their own headlines, and you kind of got ahead of them. And now you know what it's like to lose to a team at home that you should have beat.
Yeah.
Now, snap back into that winning mentality, because tonight this was not it.
The letdown game, man. 62-48, Knicks lose on the board game, JL. That's typically one of their strongest areas. They lose to this team, this Thunder team, small ball team. They lose 62-48 on the boards, man. That's just effort and hustle.
Yeah, we got hustled all night long. CP second chances and head fakes and goals. We just were slow to the ball all night. CP, they wanted more. You could see it.
They wanted it, man, and give credit because SGA is a hell of a player, man. So give credit. Knicks go down 101-89. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks Postgame Live, #1 show for the fans by the fans. CP from KnicksFanTV. My man JL's from Nick of Time Show. And the newest addition to KnicksFanTV.
Wait.
Show him the snap.
Is it official?
Flex the snap on him. Official. Ashley Nicole Moss, the newest member of KnicksFanTV.
It's like that. Is that like when you get the rock chain?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But we start off on a loss.
This is my version of the rock chain. We start off on a loss.
We start up with a loss. So can't win them all, man. But one of those nights, man. So once again, salute to everybody in the chat. Let's go to the phones. Hear what people have to say. Let's go to B from New York. B, how you feeling, bro? Yup. B going once. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Hello?
Yo, B, what's going on, man? Go ahead with your points,
with
bro.
the Knicks defense.
Okay. My bad. Good to hear some good news. Welcome officially, Ashley, to KnicksFanTV. DPJLS, what's up?
What's up?
Yep.
But I'm disappointed in this loss today. It was a bad loss. I feel like we could have won the game. RJ, he has to take some criticism, man. The one that played 40 minutes, and he really didn't do anything with it because Julius wasn't really getting it off until the end of the quarter. And I feel like RJ, this was his time, really. And so he has to take some criticism. I don't know what it is he has to do. I mean, he has multiple things that he has to work on. And then Tibbs with the small ball lineup, I really wasn't feeling it. Even if Mitch was sick, put Nerlens Noel in, protect the rim. You saw that we got out rebounded. I feel like that affected the game a lot.
Huge.
So, I didn't like the loss, but, we're going to lose some games. We're still growing and learning and things. So, we keep on moving forward.
Yeah.
So, RJ, I'm on you, man. I'm on you. And it's tough love. That's all it is. It's just tough love.
All right.
You shouldn't be smiling and talking and stuff like that after the game with Shea Alexander. You get right back in that gym, man. You go back to the locker room and work on what you need to work on.
Facts.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right. Appreciate it, B. Appreciate
Take
it.
Peyton with you.
Take Peyton with you, man. Take him to the airport. Ari, what's going on, bro? Ari, talk to us, man. How you feeling?
Hey, what up, guys? What up? Welcome to the KnicksFanTV family, Ashley. Congrats. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
So yeah, listen, man. Believe it or not, I'm honestly not too worried about this loss. Honestly, they did have some defensive lapses, but they didn't give up. They didn't quit. They at least competed on defense. I think they got a lot of good shots. They just didn't drop. No one could hit anything today. I know for the beginning of the season we're shooting well, but we know our team is not the best shooting team. So it's expected that we're going to have nights like this or nights like Toronto and stuff like that. So we've been playing well. We won 4 out of the last 5 or something. Obviously you want to win a game against a team that you think you're better than, that you're better than. But I can understand. It's been a very emotional time for these guys. Now they feel the city. Like the pressure's starting to cook. They're starting to get headlines, and kids is running them to the ground, RJ and Randall, so that's why I agree with CP. They look tired. But I think overall, the offense looked like, the shots weren't falling, but it looked all right. So I'm not too worried. It just wasn't that day.
Yeah.
But the reason I'm calling, though, is because, I don't want people to think because we got off to a good start that we're 5-3, well, 5-4 now, but even before today's game, I could have said this before today's game, but I don't want people to think that because we're doing well right now, that we got to abandon the rebuild and try to win now. That is not what we need to be doing. We need to keep our eyes. We have to understand that this year is about player development. It's about putting a culture together. And so far, we have a culture with Tibbs, and the players are developing. RJ's hitting free throws. Kevin Knox is playing defense. Randall took a big leap, right? So I think things are looking good, but at the same time, we have to keep on adding assets. We can't just we have to add assets, and that's why I think we should trade Julius Randle.
I already saw it.
I saw that
20
comment.
minutes.
I was waiting.
I was like, when is the Julius Randle trade coming?
Ari, come on, man. It's just one game. You ready to get this guy out of here right now?
No, I would have done this before today's game. It has nothing to do with today. What I'm trying to say is if he's playing as an all-star right now, okay? I think we could get 2 first-round picks for this guy.
You're crazy.
Okay, if we trade him now while the other team has a team option.
No.
Right? I think you have to consider it for 2 first-round draft picks. Personally, I think you do.
I don't think you're gonna get it,
and
man.
if not, if you don't want to trade Randall and you want to keep him, you need to figure out another way to add an asset. Whether that's trading Burks with Frank or picking up a second-round pick. We got to build something because, like you said, CP, we need to have that. We need a Kawhi Leonard. We need a LeBron James. We need Anthony Davis. This is why Jay from Florida got so heated when we were winning games because he wanted to get a good lottery pick to get that guy. We have to keep on building. And we don't have to necessarily tank to add assets, but I think we have to keep on building. So,
all right, stay on the line. So that's my take. Stay on the line, Ari, because I think I heard Serge is on the line too. So I want to get you two on the line for a little meeting of the minds. You know what I'm saying? Just a little meeting of the minds. But on one hand, JLs, he said this is the growing pains and the rebuild, and then the other hand, he's ready to trade Randall and upgrade.
Is listen, is Randall the person to trade? I can't say that definitively right now. I really can't.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's too soon to make that call. Also, like CP said, what can you get for him? It's really what you need to figure out. I don't see 2 first rounders either. And if the goal is to rebuild, which it is, the smart thing to do would be to trade what can get you the most. And you have to figure that out, and you have to let players start to build their trade stock, if you will, before you start moving guys around. We're
Right.
7 games into the season, 8 games into the season. You can't make that call right now. You still need to let Obi Toppin come back. You still need to see how he develops. You need to see how he looks. It is too soon to start talking about trading guys.
Too early.
Obviously,
too early.
nobody's talking about trading them tomorrow. But still, we gotta pump the brakes a little bit and slow this down. It's going too fast.
Right. The upside to winning games, right? Because you want to fade for Cade and slugs and stuff like that. But the upside to winning games is everybody's value rises when you win games. Not even just Julius Randle. It's like Kevin Knox's. Everybody was getting minutes. Their value rises, and when it's trade deadline time or even next season, you can start to put those guys in picks and make a bigger move for a bigger player or whatever. So it isn't even all have to be about Julius Randle at the time.
Yeah.
It could be about somebody else to get another player in here of a significance.
Mm-hmm.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear that. All right, let's go to the phones. Jordan, what's up, man? Jordan was tight all night, JLs. He was DMing me, man. He was pissed off. Jordan, let us know, man. How you feeling tonight, bro?
Y'all hit on. And by the way, welcome to the show, actually. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You guys hit on a lot of it. But, this begs the question of what are we practicing in practices? Because it's the same thing every possession down the floor on offense. It's the high screen and roll, and then we're looking for the alley-oop to Mitch or Julius Randle, or that dump into Randle. That's what we're looking for every time down the floor, and then everyone else just stands around the perimeter.
How many elf just cook it out to a corner?
Wait.
That is the core of our offense.
Yeah, keep going, bro. Go ahead, bro.
There was no off-ball movement. There was no adapting. There was no making the right reads. Just none of that existed. And the question I want to pose to you guys in the chat. Well, before I get there, let me say one thing. Mm-hmm. The other caller, although I understand where he's coming from as far as Randle building a trading stock, and getting someone better than Randle to build it for, make the centerpiece of this team. Mm-hmm. Before you do that, you got to build a winning culture, man. You need players to learn how to win. You need to teach guys how to win. If you start breaking things off as soon as you realize, something doesn't work,
it's back to square
you're
one.
never going to build that winning culture and instill that winning culture into longevity for a team. And right now, it seems like we don't know how to win yet. Yeah, we won a few games, but we really don't know how to win. Winning teams make adjustments. Winning teams have multiple options for multiple players. Winning teams, don't do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So before we start talking about trades, let's build a team that knows how to win, understands how to win, and takes lessons from each game that they lose and builds on that.
All right.
That's where we need to focus.
All right.
And then
appreciate
finally,
the call,
the
man.
question,
Okay, go ahead. Get to your last question, bro. Go ahead.
enough?
Wait, say that one more time
Is
on the
10-man
rotation.
rotation enough for this team?
Yeah. I think it is enough. And appreciate the call. I mean, bro, you still need Burks to come back, JLs.
Yeah.
You still don't know what the contribution is from Obi right now. Mm-hmm. Right? You have Knox, so you could give more minutes. You wanted to give Frank some more minutes, I don't know if you want to give him some more minutes, but you might be able to. But like I said, for right now, you can factor in Obi once he returns and Burks as two consistent pieces into your lineup with what's already here. And I think that'll add a lot. I think what Burks could add will certainly give you another dynamic to your offense, which is why I think he should start. So I continue to say he needs to start. The only thing is that, Bullock still can get you some good possessions on the defensive side. So it's a tough call. I've been saying it that Tibbs is going to struggle to find that balance, that offense-defense balance when it comes to these lineups.
Yeah, but you know what it is, CP? Like we're right now. I think we're 9th in defense.
Yeah.
And I think we're like dead last or near
We're about
dead
20.
last.
We're 25th in offense right now.
Okay,
We're
we're
25th
bottom.
in offense.
We're close.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know Bullock gives you that defense, but it might be worth
Go
at
with
least
Burks.
trying it out to see if we get from 25th to 15.
Yeah.
So I'm actually going to disagree with a little bit of what the last caller said. I don't think the Knicks necessarily don't know how to win. It's obvious they do, and they can do it in multiple ways as we've seen. They can do it playing defense. They can do it coming out guns blazing. They can do it just raining threes. I mean, we've seen it in the games that they have won. I think the issue is the Knicks still have not mastered the ability to adjust when things are not going their way. And that is going to change the culture, because if you look at Knicks seasons in the past, it's been one of the biggest issues is the lack of being able to adjust to the ups and downs that happen when you're playing a game. Sometimes you're going to fall behind. Sometimes you're going to have a lead and lose that lead. Sometimes, shots aren't falling, but how do you adjust? Today we saw what it looked like when a team does not know how to adjust to the speed of the game or to the way that the game is progressing. So that's what we need to work on within this culture that we're trying to build. These guys know how to win. They want to win. It's not previous teams where they weren't feeling the coach. They weren't feeling the system. They didn't believe in what they have. These guys believe in each other. Austin Rivers went out and said the other day, I've been on a lot of bad teams. This is not one of them. These guys believe in this team. They just do not know how to adjust when things are not going their way. And that is going to be the difference maker, not just for this season, but for seasons to come, is how are you going to adjust when you don't come out the favorite, when things aren't going your way? Figure that out, and the rest of it will fall into place.
Go ahead, Jails.
Yeah, I'm going to add on to the adjusting, too, because Elfrid Payton needs to adjust, right? Because we've seen two Elfrid Payton.
We need to adjust his minutes.
We need to adjust.
Like, bench.
Dead ass. Listen, we see success when Julius Randle has the ball. He's able to kick the ball out to shooters, right? Why does Elfrid Payton only insist on passing Julius Randle the ball or going to the hole?
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't see anybody else
Sees
on
no
the
one else
court whatsoever.
Yeah.
How many times did we see him go to the hole and I see Reggie Bullock in the corner?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Peyton,
Doesn't kick the ball out at all. Mix it up, man. Watch the tape.
Peyton needs to adjust, and I didn't like the fact that Tibbs went to him for that whole damn third quarter. Like, you had no spark from him whatsoever. I would have went to Rivers, or I would have went to Quickly immediately. Like, Rivers is just getting back. Get him some minutes.
Yeah.
Get him some more minutes.
And you saw that they were not kicking out to the next guy. There was no second option.
No.
There was no third option. All they did was lose possession.
Yeah.
It was, okay, RJ Barrett has the ball in his hand. Okay, Payne has the ball in his hand. Okay, Quickly has the ball in his hand, and it didn't work. Well, now back to OKC. You got to kick it out. You got to get that rebound. Kick it out to the next guy. Keep the possession going. Keep the play alive. Force all your options to get involved. Make the shot. Make a possession. Don't waste it and give it to the other team. That's not how that works.
Sure.
Play smart basketball. You don't always have to work harder. You have to work smarter.
And that's why I still like Quickly now. That's why I still like Quickly.
Yeah.
Because even when Quickly is bricking, I already know he's going to do more than two things. Like the ball's going to move around some. He might take it to the hole some. He's going to kick it out some. But Peyton is just like, I'm passing it to Randle, or I'm going for a layup.
Yeah. And then on the Julius topic, I mean, look, the last time the three of us were on, we were talking about the Julius thing in terms of how they move forward with them. I think I agree with what Jordan was saying in that, you do have to establish some sort of winning culture. At the same time, you got to figure out how they're going to move forward with him and with Obi and things like that. I'm with what Jay Ellis was saying the last time, is that I would entertain taking up the option, because the way he's playing at this point, they need him. They need him to have any chance at winning anything. I was talking to Sean Shepard last night, JL's, and Sean was saying, he was talking about how good he felt about how the team was playing, and I was like, yeah, but if Julius goes down, they're screwed. They have no chance, because again, like Serge was saying, without RJ being a consistent option, they really don't have any other option right now consistently. Without Julius. So I would see how it goes. Just see how it goes. Obviously, gauge the trade market. Any real GM is going to do that anyway on any team. You're always going to check the trade market for a player. And but I wouldn't do just a giveaway. I don't think you can get 2 first-round picks for him. But let's just, I would say, keep going, keep building with them, and let them develop a chemistry and see what happens.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, we still have Alec Burks to come back. It'll be different. It'll be because Austin Rivers has been carrying us for these last few games, especially in the clutch in the fourth quarter. Alec Burks can do the same thing. And at least, if we have both of those guys, we can kind of see who has it and go from there. If one doesn't have it, and Julius is out.
That's a fact, man. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Knicks lose 101-89. Tough game at MSG against the Thunder. CP from KnicksFanTV. My man JL's from Nick of Time Show. KnicksFanTV's own Ashley Moss in the building. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button for you boys. If you guys are new in the chat, leave us a hashtag new, and we will shout you guys out. Right now, I want to shout out all the mods. What's going on? Best Impact, how you feeling? Let's go Mavs. I guess we got Mavs fans in here, JL. So they're checking in on our progress. Okay. Lockie Walker checking in from Australia. All my Australians in here. What's going
down
on?
Under.
Yeah.
Good day, Australia.
The Australians in here. Heavy.
All right, got
heavy.
Both of y'all with the accent game.
I hope I didn't butcher. I hope I did not butcher that. That was all love. That was all love.
JL, you got to step it up, man. You got to step
I'm
it up.
not even going to try to do the accent bad.
I just know it from like back in the day when I used to watch the Crocodile Hunter. That crikey.
Crikey.
Everybody in the
That's
chat.
my best shot, guys. Crikey.
Who you want to shout out in the chat, JL? Let's go ahead and shout some people out, man.
Man. I'm in the KFT chat today, so I just shout out your peoples. Shout out to Frank Matos. Shout out to TM, man, always holding down.
TM always holding it down.
Yeah, man. Jonathan S. Connor Plumley.
Dang, Connor, I was going to shout you out. You said I butchered the accent.
Jonathan
that
Green.
was literally my best shot, too.
Yo, shout out to whoever made the observation that you don't see a certain logo today. Shout out to you.
Oh, what, the KFT?
Oh, wow.
No, not the KFT.
I know. You ain't, you know what, JLS? I bet.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
What?
That was all part of the contract signing. It was all part of the contract signing. Had to make sure get that star up out here.
It was a non-negotiable. My contract. My agent tried to fight it. But,
unilateral agreement, man.
See, that's what happens.
Unilateral agreement, man.
When you have Leon Rose negotiating your contracts, you get what you want.
Yeah, facts. All right, let me hear from Papa Left. What's going on?
Hey, good evening, guys. Tough loss. This loss reminded me of the game against the Tampa Bay Raptors, where we just, we competed, but we just couldn't hit any shots. And, to protect my own mental well-being of 5-3, looking on 5th seed, I'm not going to get too wrapped up in this loss. But what I will say is to be realistic about it without losing that hope and that excitement off the start is that this is what this roster is. Like, they will go through a low offensively, and I know the concept of a trap game came up. Usually a trap game has like a connotation with just poor effort from the start.
Yeah.
I don't really think they didn't try. I think
agree.
that there's a correlation between them missing so many wide open shots, and that just kills the energy of who we are.
Yep.
So it was just a tough game to watch as a fan, and I can understand in the chat and also just as a fan right after that loss, it sucked. The whole thing sucked. It was a terrible game to watch, but as far as like who we are, this is going to come with it. Yeah. These types of games are definitely going to come with it. We don't just like flip the switch and think that a bunch of rotational guards are going to be able to get us buckets, in the half court when we need them. The reality is this team is absent of a floor general. We just are. And we're absent of a guy who can go down there. I love Julius Randle this year, and I love the reality where Julius Randle is an MVP candidate. I love that. Let's keep that as long as we can.
Yeah.
But as far as like Julius Randle being your top scorer, they came out in the second half and they tried to feature Julius Randle off of a 0-point first half, and it felt like Julius Randle was chasing towards his average. there, and it had to be frustrating for everybody getting wide open shots and not making them. This is a game that even with the sluggish start and even with the first half, we should have won. We should have won this game, and I do think more times than not we will win this type of game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more so the games that we won earlier in the year that I'm more concerned about when the competition is a little bit, better than us, because I do feel we are, a year or two behind from what we started out as, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just keep the vision in mind, and guys, take it easy on RJ Barrett. Take it easy on Kevin Knox. Take it easy on these guys, because until we have a point guard, those players will not play up to their potential. I'm just telling you now. Like, those guys will not be who you what you think they can be, because he's shooting 25 times to compensate for the fact that he doesn't have a point guard to put him in the best position. Like, that's just going to frustrate you. Just let's hope Leon Rose gets us a point guard next year, and that's all I gotta say, man. It's just we need a floor general, and that's it.
Need a floor
general.
Have
a good night, guys. Thank you.
Man. Appreciate it. Hey, I thought that was a 5-star call, man. I don't know about you guys, but let me know in the chat. Rate that call in the chat. I agree with everything that he said, man. Ash, what do you think about it?
I agree. Listen, I know, when you start winning and things are looking up, you start feeling yourself a little bit. Let's call it what it is. The fans start feeling the team. You start, me, I was ready to say we were about to win the whole thing after we took 5-3. If you followed me on Twitter, you couldn't tell me nothing for the past few days.
Yeah.
I was like, Knicks table, wait, listen. This is still a learning year, and I think we've gotten caught up in the wins and the successes and the games that we weren't supposed to win and we did win, and it's kind of clouded our judgment a little bit. But the point of the matter is this is still a learning year. We are still in a rebuilding era for this team, and yes, there's so much more progress that has to be made, but we are also so far away from what we were and what we have been that it's easy to kind of get caught up in the hoo-la-la, if you will, of the whole situation. But to start talking about trades, to start talking about this guy needs to go and that guy, this guy, listen, we're going to lose these games. We're going to lose some games along the way. Are they going to be games like this? Hopefully not, because these are the games that you're supposed to win. You're supposed to win at home. You're supposed to defend home court. You're supposed to win against teams that are not as good as you. And OKC, listen, they're in a rebuilding era too, and we are better than what we played today.
Yeah.
So you're supposed to win games like this. But to expect that we're going to win every single game is just unrealistic. We're going to lose some along the way. And that is the point, and that is the portion that is in the rebuilding era. That is what it is to rebuild and to learn and to develop, is you're going to lose some games that you should win. You're going to win some games that you shouldn't win. And you're going to figure it out along the way. Everyone's got to relax, okay? We just got to take a deep breath.
I think with the rotation that they're going with, this 8-deep rotation and the guys that they're trotting out there, they should feel good about their record right now. They're still 5-4. They're still good to go, man. It was one of those games. I agree with him as well that you're going to see this from this team, Jails. They're going to be up and down. They're going to struggle to score. And until they establish the floor general position, that's never going to change. They are going to be who they are.
Yeah, you know what? I agree partially, but not all the way. Like, I do believe they are going to struggle to score. Like, that's something. But to me tonight, what I've seen before this game was, even when we struggled to score, we've still competed 100%. And to me, I just felt like watching the game tonight.
Well, that's what's kept them in most of these games, though. The offense hasn't always been prolific, but their defense has been on point. They've been hitting their free throws, so they've been doing the little things.
Yeah, I'm just saying, just like the little things there. I'm saying I feel like we got outworked. I feel like we got outworked.
Definitely,
I feel like
definitely.
The eye test to me just seems like the body language, the 50-50 balls. I feel like a lot of that went to OKC. And that's where I disagree a little bit. Like, we've been able to avoid that so far. If you hit the shot or miss the shot, you've heard Tom Thibodeau say game after game, I don't want your misses to affect how you play the rest of the game. And I thought it happened in Spurs tonight. To be honest, I'm surprised we didn't. We should have got blown up by worse probably. But it is what it is. It is what it is. And we missed open shots, like he said.
Yeah.
I think, to piggyback off of that, I agree. Tim says just because you're not shooting well doesn't mean you can't play well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, the play was disappointing, but I think the character of this game was the most disappointing to me because the guys came out. And one of the things that I've liked about this team so far this season is that every time they step on the court, they believe that they can win.
Mm-hmm.
And they play with that character trait. They play with that charisma. They play with that attitude. And they stepped on the court today and they did not have that same swagger that they've had where they believe that they could win. They stepped on the court today and they were lethargic. They were out of focus. They weren't the same team that we saw, last game or the game before that. And I think for me, that was what was most disappointing was the lack of the character that I know that these guys have.
Yeah.
And like everyone's saying, you're going to lose games. No one's expecting you to win every game. But if you're going to lose, it's one thing to lose a game because you just got outplayed. It's another thing to lose a game because you got outplayed and your character got out hustled. And this was a combination of both. They got their character out hustled and they got out hustled when it came to the game. And that's what's disappointing as Knicks fans.
Yeah.
True story, man. True story. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let's go to the Canadian Homer, JLs. Iller has something to say tonight. His boys were all over the court, man. He had Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, R.J. Dort. It was a Canada All-Star game going on at MSG, man. Iller, talk to us, man. What's going on?
Yeah, man, there was a few Canadians playing tonight, but I'm only focused on the Canadians that play for the Knicks because I'm blue and orange all the way. But listen, CPJ Ellis, Ashley, welcome to KnicksFanTV. Ashley's playing it smart tonight. I don't see that communist star on the background. I think she put that Kim Jong-un thing down, man.
It wasn't allowed to per my contract.
Welcome to Knicks Fan TV. But listen, let's get down to business. Walt Frazier, he said it best tonight. These are games you have to win. There's no excuse. I'm going to bring up something I brought it up the last time I called in. I love what Tibbs is doing. I'm not arguing that. But this guy, he's got to go deep in the bench every once in a while.
Here we go.
His long minutes and his stubbornness are going to come back to bite him in the ass, and that's what happened tonight. We looked fatigued. We didn't have that spark. I just don't like when it becomes predictable every night, That being said, let's shake this one off, get ready for Denver, go Knicks, and free Iggy. Peace.
That's really all he wanted to say.
That's where it was going.
That's really all he wanted to say. The Canadian All-Star team was nothing. He really wanted Iggy in that game. And then it would have been something. Look, Quivers gave you, Wood Rivers scored 20. In the last game against the Jazz, he had 12 tonight.
Yeah.
Quickly didn't give you much. And so, you didn't really get much from your bench. He had 3 points from Quickly. Kev did his usual, 9 points, couple threes here and there. His typical Kev game. Where do you go? Is Iggy going to give you much production? I don't think Tibbs was going to go that direction. They still went 9 deep. They still went 9 deep. I'm not sure where those minutes are going to come from because RJ got 44 minutes tonight. Whew. 44 minutes for RJ tonight.
Yeah, he's playing those starters minutes, man.
Yeah,
listen.
Those are Tibbs minutes. those are Tibbs type rotations. So, clearly he doesn't see where a guy like an Iggy can give them a spark when you have your wings out there already. You have RJ, you have Bullock, you have Kev. You know what I mean? You're gonna throw Rivers quickly out there in the backcourt. That's just the rotation that Tibbs is gonna go with.
Yeah, I don't see expanding much. It's gonna be Burks or bust, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you can see your guy in the G League, if anything.
And he did say earlier today, Tibbs, that because the G League is getting ready to kick off, he did say that some of the young guys that aren't gonna get burned, Frank DSJ, they could be going to the G League if possible. So
shipping them to Disney World.
Yeah, they could be taking a trip to Disney World. So, but it was good to hear Tibbs say that because in previous years that was kind of like a point of contention in terms of how they execute player development. Are they just going to sit on the bench, or are they actually going to send them to the G League and get some burn down there?
Yeah, man. Sign and send them with Mickey and them. Get some development there.
For sure.
Not Mickey.
Send them to Mickey and them. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. I want to shout out Raul checking in from Japan, J. Ellis.
Okay.
I know
the
word in
rising
Japanese.
sun.
Konnichiwa.
There you
that.
go. There you go.
Konnichiwa.
Get your diplomat on. Who else you want to shout out in the chat, Ash? Go ahead and shout some people out.
Shout out Andrew H. I know everyone thinks I'm a Frank hater. He said Frank and DSJ should join in front of MSG selling hot dogs.
Wow.
Apparently, I'm not
gonna let you do
Frank.
that. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Let's see. Shout out to Paul Robinson. I'm trying to get, what's that say? Trier on the Westchester Knicks.
Yeah, ISO's coming back. ISO's just entered himself into the G League draft. So, I hope he gets a chance to get back into the league, man. ISO's a good dude. His family's good peoples. I hope he gets another shot.
For sure. Yeah, man.
Someone said, I'm sorry, Ashley, but that was cringe. My konnichiwa was cringe. That's a real word in Japanese. I didn't do an accent. That's an actual word.
Tough crowd, man.
I'm trying to, spread the cultural awareness in these hard times.
I believe in the accents to CP.
Hey, man. Shout out to Brian LaGuardia checking in from Bangkok, Thailand. So, Brian LaGuardia, what's going on? He said those Australian accents are terrible. Jonathan Green checking in from Sharon, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Joe from Ohio. We got Motion Saber checking in from LI. He's team all 82. Salute to Talon.
All right.
Yeah, man. Ruel Wilson checking in from Japan as well, JL. So Japan is in here heavy.
Yeah,
man.
Okay.
Japan is in here heavy. All right. Let's get back to the phones. Let me hear from Big Surge. Surge, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Hey, these comments.
I know.
Mr. Ellis, Mr. Powell, good evening. Your goddessness, on behalf of all Knicks Nation, welcome. And I want to personally thank you for returning to these hallowed halls to adjudicate this case. And as reigning Battle of the Fans champion, I will defer to my opponent to make his opening remarks. And until then, I will continue to prepare my case.
Well, since we're gonna get this thing started, man. Aria, are you
watching
there?
Law and Order?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, Aria, are you with us? Aria, what's going on?
You guys hear me?
yeah, loud and clear, bro. All right, here we go.
I didn't bring my fight cards. You should have warned me.
Yeah, this was kind of.
Hold on. First of all, make sure you CP.
Yeah.
Mute this guy so he doesn't interrupt me. All right.
All
right, hold on.
Presidential elections.
Hold on. Let's
one at a time.
Let's get this
Use
official.
Your mic while one talks.
Let's get this official. This is the return of the Battle of the Fans. This is Act 4, J. Ellis. This is a 4-act saga right now between Surge and Ari. So, gentlemen, touch gloves. Remember, this is a family show. Keep it clean. All right, Ari, go ahead. Present your case.
Oh my God! All right. Well, first of all, I'm pretty sure this dude is reading off a script right now. So, Ashley, let me give you a little background because I know you might not know exactly what happened. But basically, I called in one night, all right, and then this dude went through multiple years of Knicks Fan TV streams, went through each stream to find my take, filtered the worst takes that I had over years of Knicks Fan TV content, wiretapped it, taped it, recorded it, and then came on, played the tape of it, all right, read off a script, all right, and caught me off guard and basically put in hours and hours and hours of work to basically battle me as a grown adult. All right, that's number one. Number two. Again, only people know him because he picked a fight with me. All right, this dude probably has spreadsheets, pie charts, analytics all behind him right now. He probably has a full-on.
All right. Get to the random. Get to the points. Get to the battle, man. Get to the battle. Go ahead, Ari. Get to the battle.
All right. Basically, the battle is this. All right. I'm not interested in just making the playoffs and getting swept in the first round, okay? I'm not interested in becoming a 7th seed, all right? I'm interested in building towards the future for a championship contending team, all right? And because of that, we need to trade our assets at their highest value. Now, I'm not saying to trade Randall today, okay? I'm saying let's see how the season goes, and if he becomes an all-star by the trade deadline, I don't see why an all-star who's entering his prime with another year team option, can't get you 2 first-round picks when Drew Holiday, who never made an all-star team, got Milwaukee 3 first-round picks, okay? So for me, we drafted Obi Toppin, okay, as CP said, to basically be our future. I think Julius Randle's playing amazing. He's playing great. It's great. If we were competing for a chip, I would say keep him. But what's the plan with Julius Randle? Okay, so CP, let's pick up his option next year. Okay, so that if we trade him next year, he's going to only be a 1-year rental. So now the price goes down, right? And then what? So what are we going to do? Are we going to extend him? Are you going to throw him? If he's an all-star, you're going to throw him max money? Of course not. So what, are you going to let him walk for free? I feel like you have to try to trade him. Now listen, for first-round pick, don't do it. But if you can get 2 first-round picks, if he's playing like an all-star, he's putting 21, 11, and 7, shooting 45% from 3, like making the Knicks relevant. I don't see why you can't get 2 first-round picks. We drafted Obi to fill this role. You keep on building for the future, and that's what I would do.
All right. Hang tight, Art, because your connection isn't really good. Serge, go ahead and get your rebuttal in there. Go ahead, bro. Serge, go ahead with your points, man. Go ahead with your points, Serge. I don't know what happened to Serge.
Did he abandon the fight? What happened?
What happened to Serge? Calling
Serge to the stage.
Calling Serge to the stage. Where are you, bro?
Dougie Fresh, you're on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was in the bathroom. What he said? I didn't hear what he said. What he said? Anyway, whatever. That's not important. Your goddessness. I would like to give you my side of the story. Early in 2019, Mr. Powell made the claim on the soon-to-be-watched millions of KnicksFanTV, the number 1 show for the fans by the fans, that Julius Randle was Tim Hardaway 2.0. A low-ceiling, overpaid example of mismanagement by a failed regime. It was at that moment I became a first-time caller. When I questioned Mr. Powell about the statement, he immediately threw his colleague, Mr. Ari Michaels, under the bus. Mr. Michaels doubled down on the rhetoric, and off we ran. I called him Waldonado. He called himself Faxonado. I called him hyperbolic. He called me delusional. And then he said something totally egregious. He said to me he would trade Julius Randle for a candy bar. I said, a candy bar? And he looked at me with scorn in his eyes, and he said, a Snickers bar. And as you can imagine, I was outraged. I was then subjected to months of ridicule, which can only be best described as the most savage, defamatory character assassinations that can only be found in the dingiest walls of a bathroom stall where I found Ari with some guy in a dirty, disgusting sports bar.
Keep it clean.
Words
Keep it
I
clean.
will not repeat in this sacred space. Your goddessness. Among the many alluring and enchanting blessings the devil has bestowed upon you is the ability to evaluate basketball talent. By giving a plain yes or no answer, in your devilishly radiant expert opinion, would you trade Julius Randle for a Snickers bar?
No, sir. No, she's Serge. She's the judge. She's the judge, sir. She can't participate. She's the judge.
Faxonado went on to make other statements, such as R.J. Barrett looks like the young LeBron James, when in fact it's Julius Randle whose game resembles the Kings. That Kevin Knox had all-star potential, when in fact it's Julius Randle who is displaying all-star potential. He even went so low as to slide into another man's DMs to tell him he should be playing 36 minutes a night. That man was Alonzo Trier, and he currently is out of the league. These are the facts, and they are indisputable. I use these examples to highlight the incompetence of this man's evaluation talent or lack thereof. Faxonado indeed. Barbershop law dictates when 2 men dispute the merit of a player, an amount of time has to be observed to declare a winner, and I fully believe Julius Randle has, in fact, displayed his worth over the course of his time here in this great metropolis. Which brings us to our legendary face-off.
Right now?
On the eve of the battle, Mr. Powell reached out to me and asked me what the stakes should be for the winner. My original thought was Ari's wrench, but I knew how much Knicks Fan TV meant to him, and knowing full well how soundly I would defeat him, I decided against it. And on February 1st, 2020, against the Indiana Pacers, at 38 minutes into the video, history was made. And a legend was born.
All right, hold up, Serge. All right, hold up, Serge. All right, hold up, Serge. Time is up. Serge,
did you have a dissertation made?
Yo, he had a whole script.
This.
I thought this was like an impromptu battle. Serge wrote out the whole script.
He said Metropolis.
Yeah.
Metropolis. Word of the day, everyone.
He
Metropolis.
was ready.
Serge, when did you write this?
Well, let me bring Ari back in. Ari, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
You either failed to prepare, you prepared to fail. God.
Ari, man, I don't know what to say, man.
I mean, he's 100% reading off his script right now, and you know, like I'm just dumbfounded that someone would put in this much work to do like a battle of the fans.
Believe me, it doesn't take much work to defeat you, brother.
Oh.
Listen, Serge, I watched you grow up to be famous, and now I smile like a proud dad watching his only son that made it. All right, bro? So I don't know what you're talking about, kid.
We got hope.
You can't keep. All you say is my name, bro. I call in and I make takes, bro. All you do is say Ari this, Ari that. Ashley, I'm telling you, I have more dudes in my DMs that are thirsty than you do, probably, all right? So, like, it's just unbelievable what's going on right now with this guy, all right? Like, Serge talking...
Listen, you're not saying nothing. Can I finish? Can I finish?
Yo,
you're not saying this ain't a bunch of yo. You're not saying nothing.
Eminem stand vibes from you. You're probably going 100 down the freeway right now with your girlfriend in the trunk.
All right, it's over, Jay. It's over.
All right.
The battle's over.
Okay.
The battle's over.
All right. All right.
It went off the rails. Man. Everybody in the chat, throw your winners in the chat. Who took it? All right, Ash. The pressure's on.
Who won?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Who won?
I know who won. I don't know.
Who are you going with?
I'm gonna let Ashley know. I'm gonna let Ashley answer, but I know who won.
No, Ashley's not gonna answer. I mean, Ari definitely came through with the authenticity, but I mean that vocabulary from Serge was
like
impressive.
A court case. It was like we were watching people's court here.
He had his whole dissertation ready to go on standby. Like, it was loaded, loaded in the chamber. Like, so, I mean, it just depends. Are you a vocabulary connoisseur? Or are you like a, 8 Mile Eminem on the fly kind of guy? It depends what you're looking for. It depends on what floats your boat. So that's up for you guys to figure out. I enjoy it thoroughly. I would like to do it again.
That was a mess. We gotta fix Ari's his audio. Ari, your phone is sounding kind of like Boost Mobley, man. We gotta figure that out. But yo, Serge, I think Serge has been preparing for this since February of 2020, bro. Real talk. I don't know what Tails, man. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. That one was interesting, man. But I think the people in the chat have spoken. And the winner is Serge.
Ooh.
Serge reclaims the title.
I think Ari's sound quality killed his vibe.
Yeah. Ari, we got to do better. I tried, man.
Yeah.
But the sound just wasn't good for you, Ari. We got to get your line.
Like the old IG versus battles,
Yeah. Ari was like Teddy Riley at the first go. You know what I'm saying? He
was
Ari was Teddy with the verses.
He was like Teddy Riley of the first joint, man.
Yeah. What's an Instagram?
Yeah. Let's go. All right. Let's who do I want to hear from? Let's go to the preacher, man. We need a sermon right now after that one. Jay Boogie.
Let's close.
Jay Boogie, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Yo, what's good with everybody, the whole team, the whole lingo, whole network and everything. Ashley, welcome back to the show. But I still know that Star Spangled Banner behind Pat Ewing. But that's cool. You're part of the squad. You know what I'm saying? It's okay for you to show your cowboy because you know we know you got love for the Knicks. JL, I'm glad everything is okay. Don't know what happened with your situation yesterday, man. But I shout you out yesterday, man. But I'm really pissed off, man. And my voice is already gone because I've been in the TV screen all night long about this game tonight. Reason why I'm pissed off, first thing first, let me get this out the way. I can't believe that the internet is talking about trade after tonight. I'm going to give y'all 3 words. 3 words. Milwaukee, Indiana, Utah. Take those 3 words, man. Y'all quickly forgot about who we just played against, them teams that we just showed out against, and everybody was on the rah techniques. But now tonight, because we didn't show up against a low-caliber team, y'all ready to trade people and fuss people out. The only thing that's bad about this game and what I miss about RJ and what I miss about Julius Randle is they are not vocal leaders. Only time you hear Randall say something vocal is when a call go against him to the referee. RJ can play the whole game and won't say nothing. See, we needed a motivator tonight. Somebody that's going to get in somebody's face and tell them, yo, it's going to be okay. Let's get it going. Pump up. You'll make the next shot. Yo, Julius, I need buckets. You playing slouch. We needed somebody getting in their face. See, when you play against Boston and things ain't going right, Smart going to get in your face. When you play against the Clippers and things don't go right, Beverly gonna get in your face. When you play against the Golden State Warriors and things don't go right, Green gonna get in your face. See, we don't got nobody on our roster that's gonna get in the next man's face. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need to start checking one another and let them know when we know you're not playing to your capability. We need to rise up. Tom Thibodeau is great with the X's and O's. He's just doing one thing wrong. Only thing he's doing wrong, standing up for your team and fighting for your team are 2 different things. He fights for the team, but he got to stand up too. It was a couple of times when when the call didn't go our way, he was supposed to protest that call to see if we could get that call changed. One was on Mitch, and another one was in the second half. I can't quite remember what it was, but he got the protest those calls. You know, sometimes it's okay to lose a protest just to let your players know I'm here for you, whether you're right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? And those 3 things from those 3 leaders, Tom Thibodeau, Julius Randle, and RJ, those were our top 3 leaders. And that's what we didn't get tonight. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get Julius coming out there, rah, and getting in nobody's face, and RJ just walking around like everything is cool. They was playing like they was in the gym tonight. Like, if we lose, it's okay. My man got next. I'm going to get some run anyway. Nah, man. We're supposed to smash them dudes tonight, man. Knock their whole head off, man. And we went in there lollygagging. All that did was set us back in that little stage where we still in that, you know what I'm saying, group of people still trying to get over the hump. It's cool. Coney Island, the Cyclone, we're going to have ups and downs all year round. But all that you talking about, you want to trade people tonight because we had one bad off game, they might have just took the night off, period. Man, major teams and major players take nights off against somebody they know they're supposed to beat. That thing happens like that. Your adrenaline level don't be all the way up against somebody you're supposed to smash. Only we can find out if we can better that situation the next time we play a bum and we don't kill them and the same thing happen again, you know what I'm saying? Then we know it's a problem. But every time we do something wrong, when we come back the next game and correct it, that's your learning episode. And quickly got to pay attention to what's going on because the league been watching him and then hearing about him. Now he got to make adjustments and readjust his whole game. He got to get stronger. All that just gliding through the hole, throwing that floater off the backboard. Nah, you got to get more physical and more stronger because the league is about adjustments. Everybody watching film and tape on everybody that's in the league. You know what I'm saying? So you got to start watching film and tape with somebody you get ready to play against, and that's going to elevate his game a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Besides that, we all right, man. We had a hell of a run so far, and we still going to have a hell of a run. We're going to win some more games, and we're going to lose some more games. But I don't want to hear after one game, after we just go 5-1 in 6 games, you talking about trading somebody, man. Get off the wave with that, man. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Peace, love. I'm out, man.
100%, Jay.
Yeah, man.
A matter of fact, Jay Boogie tonight, Jails. Yeah, I'm with him, man. It's a learning experience. You're gonna have nights like this, man. It just have. We've seen it. We see it all the time, man. It's basketball. Just like how we watched the Milwaukee Bucks, and then they turn around and watch the Heat. Everybody has their day. We were in this game. Even though it seemed like, even like the 4-point lead was like insurmountable at some point, we were still in it.
Yeah.
But, like I said, once they took Mitch out, and whether he was sick or whatever the case may be, the defense just completely collapsed. And on top of the offense just not getting anything going, that was basically it.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. And like you said earlier, we could have put in Noel. And still, when Julius was out in that first quarter into the second, we still had a lead, CP. We were up. That was our time for Quickly and Rivers to take the lead and put their foot on the necks, but they didn't let that happen, man. I felt like we was a little bit too casual.
Yeah.
And especially in that second half, I don't remember how much they scored in the second half, but they scored 32 in the fourth quarter. And so I agree.
They scored
with you,
32 in the fourth, 32-26 in the fourth. Yeah.
32. Yeah. Far cry from what happened in the first half. So I agree. I completely agree with Jay Boogie 100% with everything. We should not be getting too short-sighted and too knee-jerk. We're trying to trade people after one game.
Yeah, you can't. No, it's a bad game. They had it.
Yeah. And
they had it.
And I mean, first of all, let the good Lord say amen. Thank you, Reverend Boogie.
Yeah,
for that sermon. But listen, he's absolutely right. And I think, as Knicks fans, I think we're so hungry for a team that's winning, for a team that competes, for a team that's relevant. After not having that for so many seasons, I think we can get ahead of ourselves. But look, if we want a team that's going to build a culture, a team that's going to win, a team that's going to fight, a team that's going to go out there and do what they need to do every single game, then we need to be a fan base who's not going to be quick to give up on them. We need to be a fan base who understands that this is a process, understands that it's going to be messy, it's going to be ugly sometimes, but these guys are the future, are our future. Whether or not some players are going to be there or not in the future, that's a different conversation. But for the longest time, consistency is all we've been asking for. And we're starting to finally see that. We're starting to finally get guys who we're going to see for seasons. We're going to see a coach for seasons to come. And we as a fan base got to be patient, and we got to ride the wave with them. And we can't be so quick to give up on them.
Yeah.
It's going to be ugly before it gets really good.
That's a fact.
It's going to be up and down before it gets consistent.
Yeah.
It's going to be all over the place before we know what to expect. So enjoy the process and know that we're headed in the right direction. Everybody's got to relax. Take a deep breath. It's one game. We'll figure it out. It's okay.
True story. And then, and the Julius topic, I think, he's still evolving as a leader of this team. I just thought tonight, I didn't think he had his legs. You could tell the fatigue is starting to set in a little bit. And then once the refs, started going against him, the ball wasn't moving. He didn't like the transition defense. I think mentally he checked out. I think they all did. And they all follow the lead of the leader, which is him. And what Jay Boogie spoke to, and the guys that he gave you, the Beverleys, the Marcus Smarts, those are your point guard sales.
Yeah.
Your floor general.
Yeah.
We don't have that. Now, it's not to say that Peyton, doesn't command the huddle like that. I don't know for sure. But it certainly doesn't seem like that, when you're looking at them out there on the court. So, me a vocal leader. Right now, we have guys who can, who have their roles, but we need that guy who's going to get in each other's face and tell them guys to, motivate them, get them to that next level, tell them to snap out of it, tell them to push, tell them to rotate. We need that guy. 100%.
I think also though, when these guys start to get more comfortable in their roles and they get to be more comfortable as a team, I think you'll start to see different personality traits emerge from them. I think you'll start to see them become more vocal. I think, it's still very early. They have a new coach. They have a new front office. They're still trying to develop chemistry with one another. They're still trying to be a team that, like I said, can compete consistently, and they're still trying to figure it out for themselves. I think when you start to see that begin to mold, I think it won't be such a far-fetched idea to see Austin Rivers get in somebody's face. I think you'll start to
saw yesterday,
you'll start to see guys get more comfortable with cussing each other out and telling each other, like, snap out of it. You'll start to see more aggression and maybe some banter and disagreements with each other on that bench. Right now it's still very new, and things like that come with familiarity. And familiarity and consistency are things that the Knicks have not had in such a long time.
Yeah.
You got to trust the process. You got to let it work itself out. And I mean, Gibson's coming back. That could add that veteran, vibe to the
yeah.
team. Yeah, that veteran presence to the team. You can start to see that come from him. It's still in the very early stages. It's going to happen. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when.
That's a fact. JLs, what'd you think about the Taj pickup announced yesterday?
Big move, man. Big move. It's big. It's not big, but it's big at the same time. We needed it. We definitely needed it, considering all the injuries that are happening. You saw how Randall and Mitch were gassed the game before. They left it all on the floor. Amari Spellman was nicked up and, a little bit overweight. So we couldn't really throw him out there and see what he could do. Taj is somebody we can kind of rely on. He's going to give you the defense. You know that. And he's going to be able to hit that mid-range on a consistent basis. So I think it's a solid pickup for Taj, man. And, he's already familiar with Tom Thibodeau. He's already familiar with Mitch Robinson. He knows how to push those buttons. It's a good fit for me.
Yeah, I thought it was a no-brainer pickup, and they needed it. Spellman had no chance here to even play, so he was kind of a waste of a roster spot. With Taj, he's a guy that you may see get minutes as the season drags on. In terms of playing in Julius' spot or playing behind Noel or playing ahead of Noel, depending on how things are going. He may not offer as much rim protection as you want, but he's still a smart player on the defensive side. He's still going to crash the boards for you. He's still a player that can finish in the pick and roll, whether it's at the rim or, give you a little mid-range pop if you need it. You're not running plays for him. But again, he played for Tibbs, played on the Tibbs, can come in, fit in right away. And so I thought it was just a no-brainer, easy pickup for them. So good job by them. Welcome back, Taj. And so to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Let me take one more call tonight. Let me go to let's close with Jay from St. Louis. Jay, how you feeling, man?
CP, Jay Ellis. Ashley, how you doing? And welcome. Hey, man, this is a family show, but it's definitely for the fans, man. Hit the thumbs up for my mans, man. Hey, real quick, man. It's crazy, man, how we win. Everybody say the P word. And then when we lose, everybody saying the T word, man. Y'all forget, we getting it out the mud, man. I'm coming to you from the middle of the map. We getting it out the mud, man. Let's keep being patient, Our roster at best is a 30-win team, I think people just to be relaxed, man. Let me get into RJ, man. He really do got to get that 2-point game going, man. Everybody knows, and it seems like even the bum teams is like, it's not good, RJ, these ways. So I really want him to step that up, and even with the whole roster, like y'all said before, everybody just has to get better. That's at the end of the day. This was just a shooting night, a bad shooting night, and it's gonna be like that because as of right now, we're just a team that's building the culture. And let's not forget, this is just a learning team, So, hey, the Mo, we here, baby.
Yes, sir. Salute to everybody in St. Louis. Jay from the Mo. Yeah, that's it, man. Bounce back Sunday again against the Denver Nuggets. This is going to be a tough one. Go to Mile High, and then we got back-to-back against Charlotte. And then, lost you guys. And then we got... the Battle of New York, Act 1, Knicks versus Nets. So that's going to be interesting, man. They're definitely going to be interesting. So, tough loss.
Listen, the Knicks better get me a win. That's my birthday.
Don't mess around with that. Ooh, we got
we got to.
Don't mess around with me on my birthday, New York. Don't try it.
we got to get that one, man. We'll see. We'll see if they even have Katie and Kyrie, man. We'll see if they even have Katie and Kyrie going. They're just kind of in and out of things. Katie in the COVID protocol, Kyrie going through some personal stuff. So we'll see if they get them back and if they can get a W for Ashley's B-Day, man. So salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up on for you boys. Remember, these shows are available in audio podcast format. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, and Stitcher. Wherever podcasts are, we are there. Salute to all the mods once again. Definitely appreciate everybody for coming through. And as Jay from the Mo said, man, hey, everybody wants to win every night. Just doesn't happen that way in the NBA, man. But listen, we still off to a good start.
Yep.
Best start, Jay Ellis, since Knicks tape 2012-2013. That was the Knicks best start. So they're still.
That was a great year.
Yeah, they're
here.
still going well, man. So keep the faith, people. Let's hold off on all the trade talk. Let these guys continue to build. Get through the lumps, and they'll be all right, man. Better days ahead, for sure. All right, so great show, everybody. Get JL's go ahead and sign out, bro.
All right, man. Definitely check out Nick of Time Show on YouTube. That's youtube.com/Nick of Time Show. Raw Hebrew was on the last channel. Dropping those facts. Definitely check out the last show. Also, gotta check out the nickoftimeshow.com. Shout out to all the writers on nickoftimeshow.com. We got Ken, we got Mikey, we got a whole host of Fritz. Everybody holding down. Good job on the writing on Nick of Time Show. Follow us on all social media. The KOT Show on Twitter. Nick of Time Show on Instagram. Also find us on Facebook as well. Also, got to get the merch. Whose man's is this shirts are coming off? If you watch the show, you already whose man's. You already know what it is. Get the whose man's is this tees and whatever else you want over the merch on the nickoftimeshow.com. That's all. Back to you, CP.
Yes, sir. Great show as usual. Ashley, go ahead and sign out. Let them know where they can find you.
What's up, guys? I'm so excited to be joining the squad. I got my Rock Nation chain in the building.
Let's go.
I'm the newest member of the Rockefeller team.
It's the Rock, you know the vibe. But when I'm not here, you guys can follow me at Ashlyn Cole Moss on Twitter and Instagram, and also my personal YouTube channel, All In with Ashley Nicole. And yeah, I look forward to joining you guys post game all season long. Go Knicks. We got this. Everyone relax. The vibe is going to be all right. Don't worry. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And get the win for me on my birthday, guys. Don't play me. Okay?
Absolutely, man.
The Nets, please.
Let me salute some of the super chats that came in. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Kaiju Kate, appreciate it. Checking in from Poland. Definitely appreciate it. Ralphiel Hyman says, knock shot 3 for 5 from 3. Needs more looks from downtown. Been consistently hitting all season. Yeah, I think with better point guard play, you'll see that with Kev for sure. Alan Berman, appreciate it. He says, salute and welcome, Ash. Rough night tonight, considering we were given multiple opportunities to take control. Keep waiting for RJ to step up and take over in situations like that. Randall needs help. And he was the biggest Randall hater there is, Jails. He says Randall needs help.
The tides have turned.
The tides have turned, right? The tides have turned. So salute to Alan Berman for sure. Who else? Zeus0886, appreciate it. Movie Juice, appreciate it. He says that zone was killing us. We needed a little more Rivers, less Peyton tonight. I definitely agree. Vegas Bruce, originally from NYC, currently in Vegas. Welcome, Ashley. Salute to your boys, CP and J Ellis. Learning game today. Keep it up, team. Absolutely. James Lee in the chat says city jerseys are whack. I kind of went back on him too, JL. So I don't know. I was a little like I gave him a 7 out of 10. Now that I see him again, I'm not really feeling it.
Did Walt change your mind?
Did Clyde talk me out of it? He
I think he did.
Man. I don't know, man.
I've wiped my ass with that. What did he say on it? I've thrown away better.
I've thrown away better. Ari with the super chat.
Oh, Clyde.
Yeah. Ari with the super chat. He says, my freestyles are better than his writtens. Ooh, I think that was going at Surge. I think Ari's a little salty, man. He lost the belt. Ari, man, you gotta clap back. You gotta clap back, man. That's all. Took an L tonight. It's all good, man. Money Mark says, not for nothing, Ari got bodied. Game over. Don't bring a knife to a gunfight. Ooh. Money Mark. Ooh. Kicking a man while he's down, J. Ellis.
Illegal. Flag on the play.
Shout out Bomani sent us Canadian super chat. Hey, respect to Ari, but Ari gotta hold that L. Ooh. People are sending in super chats just to weigh in on the Battle of the Fans. Tiger Style says, when you spend as much time as Serge does sitting on the pole, you have a lot of time to come up with pure drivel. All praise to the Sip King.
That's poetry.
Yeah, that is, man.
Oh my God.
And then, right in order, here comes Serge with a super chat. When you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. All right, no doubt.
I see no lies.
I see no lies, man. Serge, appreciate it. And Dylan Alex, a Spurs fan here. Knicks should follow our blueprint and for developing players. We were able to beat the Clippers and Lakers. Coaching plays a big role. All right, so salute to Dylan Alex, the Spurs fan, checking in on KnicksFanTV.
Okay.
No, nothing wrong with that.
Welcome.
Yeah, well, welcome to you, pal. Welcome to you, man. All right, so Knicks in Denver Sunday, back at it again. Appreciate everybody for coming through. Ash, what time the Cowboys play tomorrow?
Same time the Giants do.
Ooh, doesn't count. You can't have that.
That was
You can't have that. It doesn't work that way though, because we eliminated you.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter. You're on the couch just like we are. So we're all one big happy family.
But
that's okay. You know why? The Eagles did my dirty work. I gotta send them a Christmas.
oh, they
gift.
They cheated. The Eagles should never even be allowed back into the league as long as Doug Peterson is coaching that team.
I gotta give them props though. When they throw a game, they commit.
Throw a game.
That's dedication.
Yo,
okay?
That's the most illegitimate team.
dedication.
The most illegitimate team in the NFL, man. Don't even get me started, man. But
They did what they had to do. They got a 6th-round draft pick, unlike my Cowboys, who out of the top 5 now we're sitting at number 10. So who's the real moron?
Yeah, we got 11. Giants got 11. So
the star is shining through the jersey.
Yeah, the star is shining.
The star's in retirement for the next 6 months.
Facts.
If they behave themselves, I may take it out by September, but I'm still debating.
For good reason. But we still beat y'all when it counted. So appreciate that. Swept the Cowboys 2-0 when it counted. Everybody, we see you guys Sunday night. Knicks versus Nuggets. Knicks post game live. We out here. Peace.